This is the Average to Savage podcast with Paul Guarino. Everyone and anyone, athletes, celebs, and much more.
What's up, everybody? It's the 10th episode of the Average to Savage podcast. I got another special guest, Jose Shorty Torres. Jose, what's up?
Hey, what's up, man? How you doing?
Good. How about yourself?
I'm alive, so I can't complain.
All right. So, how about could you give us like a brief background about yourself?
Oh man, this is the hardest part. It's kind of like telling your own story, but making a movie. I don't know if you've ever seen that Dave Chappelle joke. You just want to over exaggerate everything.
Yeah.
But no, man, I always say I'm the typical Latino coming up with the typical Latino upbringing. It's in Chicago, it's always rough, but it's the upbringing you're given, and I've used all my ups and downs to pretty much make me the person I am today, and then push me through a lot of adversity. And finally in UFC, but I'm a person who went to Chicago, moved to Cicero Berwyn area, which is a suburb right next to Chicago, and it's my little hood. I pushed through high school, I got to junior college, pushed through that. Ended up getting a full ride, graduating at McKendree University with a major in kinesiology, or pretty much leadership in sports and exercise science, but with all of our classes together, it could be labeled as kinesiology. And, after that, I turned pro, got to Titan FC. I was a multiple-time world champions amateur, Pan American gold medalist, college All-American. I mean, my accolades literally go far and far. I definitely don't want to take too much time on that, but eventually I got called by the UFC last minute, 9-day notice, and now I'm on another last-minute UFC call August 4th against Alex Perez. So far, I'm 1-0 in the UFC, 8-0 as a pro, and I'm looking forward to going 9-0 very soon.
Yeah, for sure. So going back to college, you went to college for wrestling, right?
Yeah, so, man, after high school, I was, given I was a jock, had people do my homework, I was popular, I never really paid attention or tried to do anything in school. And then by the time I was like, oh man, I got to take this serious, it was already too late.
Yeah.
I was already doing very, very poor in our ACT tests, our college prep classes and stuff like that. I just wasn't the student that any college wanted to accept. So I was like, you know what? Let me think of three choices. Do I continue working as a pizza delivery boy? Do I just say, screw it, I'm going to join the military, that's where I think I'm best at, or do I try to go to junior college and see where I can go from there? And for me, I thought junior college should be the first opportunity. I went there. Luckily, my family wasn't the most wealthy at the time, and I was able to get funded by financial aid, got to go to junior college. In the first semester, I got my first ever 3.0. And I was like, oh, wow, I could actually do this. Next semester, I get 3.2, then a 3.6, and a 3.8. Ended up being National Honor Society, and then I ended up also being an All-American in college. So instead of just getting a scholarship on college or to my university that I finally transferred over to, I got a full ride on academics as well. So I was not just a good athlete, but I was also a smart one as well.
Yeah, for sure. So what got you into MMA right after college, or what did you do right after college?
Well, for me, I've been doing martial arts since I was 4 years old. So I've always been just, all right, I got my black belt in karate. All right, I want to do something new. All right, let's do wrestling. Okay, I want to do something new. All right, let's learn jiu-jitsu. All right, I want to do something new. So I just kept on mixing it out. Little I know, I see WEC and all these shows, and I was just like, man, there's a bunch of small guys fighting. I'm seeing Joseph Benavidez, Uriah Faber, all the Team Alpha Male guys, which were known for being the small, short wrestling type fighters. So I was like, man, if they can do it, I can do it too. So I started practicing, found the gym where I'm at today, Combat Dough, with Master Bob Shermer in Cicero, Illinois. Honestly, the rest is history. I kept on just winning championships, winning belts, and now I'm at where I'm at today. So I mean, even through college, I trained. So even through the 6 months of wrestling and all the schooling, I ended up fighting and training all throughout that every single week. Yeah,
for sure. So when was your first MMA match?
My first MMA fight was when I was 18 years old, and it's like July of, I think it could be 2010, and I ended up losing by a split decision against a guy who was 5-0 at the weight class above me. I decided because my opponent didn't show up that screw it, I'm here, might as well fight. I bumped up against a very experienced guy that was ready to go pro and was going to go pro after he fought me, and I was the first fighter to take him past the first round because he had nothing but five first-round TKOs. And then after that, went to the third round, and I mean, him and I went back and forth. It just, I wasn't an MMA fighter yet. I was just a wrestler. I was just a Muay Thai fighter. I was just a karate expert. It wasn't transitioning into MMA, and that's something he bested me at. And I ended up losing the split decision. I believe it could have gone either way, but honestly, if I didn't lose that fight, I wouldn't have gone 25 straight wins, and man, I wouldn't be as good as I am right now as a professional. It helped show me that I'm not, I was the cocky teenager. I thought, I was immune to everything, which I believe almost every teenager believes in the hood. You're just like, oh, I can do this, I can do that. I'm never going to get in trouble. I'm never going to get caught. I'm never going to get hurt or anything. I'm the best in the world at whatever. And I finally got bested. I was like, man, I really got to start training. When I finally started training, that's what made me the person I am today.
Yeah, so that first loss really did you wonders, and your only loss to this day.
Yeah, for MMA at least, it's been a huge thing, and honestly, I think fighters need to lose. Like, there's those Floyd Mayweathers and a handful of other guys that are still undefeated, but a loss helps you so much. It really depends on how you take it. For me, I took it in a positive way, going, it's realistic, things are going to happen, but it put reality into my life, going, if I don't train, there's a better chance of me losing. That's what happened that day. Yeah,
for sure. I mean, even Floyd lost in his amateur career.
Yeah, and look where he ended up.
Yeah, exactly. So how did it come about that you got to sign with Titan FC as your first pro contract?
The crazy thing about that was, and I really do say things happen for a reason, I went to Bahrain, which is a country in the Middle East, a very, very small island. I think it's the smallest country in the Middle East. Mm-hmm. It's called the Diamond in the Desert, or the Pearl in the Desert, and I ended up going there to sign with KHK. The Prince of Bahrain was making his own professional amateur MMA team. The amateurs are full of Bahrainis and the locals, and the professional team had the likes of Frankie Edgar, Khabib Nurmagomedov, Islam Makhachev, myself, and a bunch of other guys that were at the World Championships turned pro. Well, I won it twice, and I got noticed by the Prince of Bahrain. He brought me in, and from there, I ended up meeting Lex McMahon. Lex McMahon was, and still is, the owner of Titan FC. He was the manager of Alex Soto, which was our team captain. He was a UFC veteran, and I ended up supporting him by chance. And Lex McMahon's like, man, this kid's pretty good. And then later on the day, we all had a team practice, and I'm messing around with Khabib Nurmagomedov and taking him down. He's taking me down. We're having a lot of fun, just going back and forth playing. And Lex is like, dude, who the hell is this kid? I want to sign him. Then he found out who I was. He found out my resume, a pioneer in amateur MMA. And he ended up giving me a 4-fight contract. And from there, I ended up being a champion in 3 fights. And then, just kept on going from there, being a double weight class champion, being a multi-defending champ 3 times total. And, now today, because of them, I'm not just a UFC fighter, but now a 7-time world MMA champion.
Yeah, for sure. I remember just researching you, and everybody was telling me, like Shorty's supposed to be in the UFC, and then that was the whole thing. And I remember everybody was just waiting for you to make your UFC debut, and it finally happened in June. So how did that all come about?
What's crazy is I had 9 last-minute UFC calls. Yeah. Some of them where I couldn't take them because I was injured, or some of them where opponents actually backed out to fight me because, whatever the case, some people are injured too. Some people are just, they're being fat and happy and not training at the time. Again, things all happen for a reason. So sadly, I couldn't take those fights, and I had fights where I accepted for the UFC, but then I ended up getting injured, doing last-minute weight cuts. Mm-hmm. So this last one, I was bumping up for a 45-pound title fight. I had maybe a 2-month, 3-month MMA limbos, or I like to call it, just not knowing what the hell is going to happen next. They give me a last-minute call, and I'm 26 pounds over the weight class. And I go, no, I'm not doing a 9-day weight cut. That's stupid. Will I make the weight? Maybe, but then I'm not going to perform. And then I talked to, my nutritionist, and he's like, dude, honestly, you can make the weight. You were bumping up for something bigger. You're just fat. You're fine. You're in shape. Yeah. You're not, eating what you should be. And I can do it in 9 days. You have to stay mentally tough. And I don't know how many times they're going to keep giving you these calls. I mean, you got 9 last-minute calls. More inevitably, they're going to give you another last-minute call. And honestly, are you ever ready? Just be prepared. Let's take this fight. And while I swallowed my pride, I listened to my team. I took the fight, and I got the win.
Yeah, for sure. So what was it like just being in the UFC atmosphere, like just making your debut, getting the crazy knockout, everything that happened? It was just a whirlwind.
It was definitely a whirlwind. It seemed appropriate, though. It was a last-minute fight. It wasn't the best performance in the world, and it obviously wasn't the outcome I was hoping for. But, hey, win's a win. I'm happy. I got a bigger paycheck than my usual at Titan FC, and now I have a big upcoming fight that I'm super excited for. I just never had time to really know or prepare that I was fighting. It was all the paperwork, medical tests, the weight, the traveling, and, now I'm fighting. Damn, I forgot about this part. So it wasn't my best performance because of that. But I got the win, and I was able to do what I do best. And I'm just happy that the UFC likes me. They're keeping me, and give me another fight as soon as possible. Again, it wasn't the call I was hoping for. I was hoping for a longer, actual full training camp
Right.
to show the world my true skill. But hey, it's not like I wasn't training. I was definitely ready for this one. I'm just getting the weight down last minute. I have a lot more time to do it, so I'm happy. And if it wasn't for my team pushing me, I wouldn't be where I'm at today. And I can officially say being a UFC fighter is freaking awesome. Everything's super organized. Everything's legit. It's the UFC literally holds your hand for a lot of the things just to make sure that you're going to be ready to fight.
Yeah, for sure. I think everyone needs to see, like, fans and supporters of UFC just need to see, like, what you guys go through, like, before fighting, just because, like, yeah, like you said, like, getting medical tested, like, all that stuff. I think it'd be cool, like a cool vlog behind the scenes stuff.
Dude, it's a lot of work. Mainly if you have it in 9 days. Again, these fighters have 2-3 months to do it.
Yeah.
I had 9 days.
Yeah,
so when you have these Mackenzie Durns, Darren Tills, even your Romero's missing weight, it's like, guys, people have no excuse.
Yeah.
I had 26 pounds. That's a quarter of my weight in 9 days. You had 2-3 months to get this all done, and you failed. Why? Oh, you had more media? That's part of your job.
Yeah, exactly.
Everything's organized. You don't have to say yes to everything. If it really is that much of a problem, trust me, people understand. And I had to deny interviews because, and I'm Mr. Yes Man usually, I had to deny interviews because I was like, hey man, I'm exhausted. I really can't do this. So, and everyone understood, and that's part of the job. So, for these people missing the weight and just not being a professional fighter, it hurts our sport.
Yeah, for sure. So let's walk us through your knockout of Jared Brooks that went viral everywhere.
What's crazy is that the first round obviously didn't go the best. I got dropped, and usually I give good a first round anyway. Since I like to come back from adversity, I love powers, my opponent's power, strength, speed, all that, and I did. Sadly I got dropped. And it was a great shot. I wasn't expecting it, and kudos to that. But after the first round, my coaches came up to me, and none of them said anything about me getting dropped because no one cared. No one cared. They know how I fight. They're literally like, "Hey, you're gonna start trying now? Like, when the hell are you gonna start fighting? Because you're in a fight, and this is the real deal." So what the hell? So I ended up going out there. Second round, I started to push the pace, started to do the usual. Me wasn't the most technical, but hey, I started to do me. I got into a clinch. He decided to go for a takedown, pick me up. Well, I knew he was going to go for the slams. That's just what he likes to do. He's big and flashy. Well, I wanted to counter that. It's not that I was hoping for the knockout. I was hoping to scramble and land in a better position so I could get around and take his back. Mm-hmm. Which no matter what, if he would have dazed himself or not, I would have gotten his back. But in college, if you get picked up like that, you climb down the body. You get parallel. I pushed my chest up against his back so he couldn't arch. I locked my hands around his hips so he couldn't turn his body. And he still tried to force the throw. His arm got overextended when he tried to lift my legs. My legs pretty much brought the force down on top of his head, and he knocked himself out. He ended up dazing himself. I took his back, and sadly, I had to finish the job, and that's just part of the sport and business.
Yeah, for sure. Did you know he was knocked out? Like when you guys fell on the ground?
Yeah, I knew he was dazed. I didn't know if he was like out, but he was definitely dazed. He was definitely still kind of moving. Wasn't anything fast. It was kind of like a turtle, but again, it's part of my job to just get it done, and I had to take the opportunity.
Yeah, for sure. And what was it like going viral?
It's a 50-50 because it's any publicity is good publicity, which is fine because it brings more attention to me in my next fight. But it's the fact of when I win, I have dominant wins. I have coming back from adversity wins. Yeah, I came back from adversity, but to the normal average MMA fan, they're not as educated as you and I are. Just the higher tiers that literally break down fights. They were like, "Oh, Shorty was getting his butt kicked, and he got lucky because the guy slammed himself on his head." He goes, "You can look at it that way. I don't look at it that way, but that's what most people do, and that's how it came out in all the news feeds. Is that I got lucky, and Jared Brooks is dumb for knocking himself out. So it was kind of a lose for both of us. But again, my name is out there, and I have something to prove in my next fight because of it."
Yeah, for sure. I mean, regardless, I think it was just great that your name got out there. But so you're fighting August 4th, UFC 227 versus Alex Perez. He's 20-4. He has 3 losses by submission and 1 loss by decision, so he hasn't got knocked out yet. So how do you see the fight playing out?
Yeah, that's my goal is to knock him out. I don't know who he's fought stand-up wise, but he's I'm a guy that pushes forward, and so does he. I think honestly it's going to be a great matchup because we're both young, hungry, Latino fighters that literally like to make it a Mexican boxing match. No one's going to move back. And it's really who's going to move back first that I think is going to lose the fight. He's a good wrestler. I'm a good wrestler. We're both great stand-up fighters, and I think that's going to be the tail of the tape. Is he going to try to take this down? Because that's not my goal. No matter if I'm winning or losing the stand-up, I want to keep it standing and make it a fan entertaining fight. So, it's whoever gets backed up first, I think is going to be the one that loses the fight. For me, that's just not not a, it's not in my vocabulary. I just don't move back. That's never my thing. Even if I'm getting punched in the face, I just never move back. I want to go forward, and I want to be able to get a knockout win, and even be fighting the night.
Yeah, for sure. So how do you feel? Have you been like studying him? Have you been doing like film work? You know about him already?
Yeah, he's definitely a good fighter. I saw him in the Contender Series. He definitely impressed me, and I was like, oh man, this guy's a force to be reckoned with in the flyweight division. He's fast. He throws combinations. He switches it up high and low. He goes for the takedowns. He's great to front headlock chokes. I think everything about him. He's a great fighter, and he needs someone like me to really post that out in him. I think it was the same thing with Jared Brooks. He was a great fighter, but no one really saw it because he was just one style. Kind of allowing him to open up really shows everything. I think I'm going to get Alex Perez to open up a little more. It's just with him wanting to stand and bang with me, I think it's a bigger strength for me because that's my tail of the tape. I like to stand, I like to trade, and I come back from adversity. That's just my way of fighting.
Yeah, for sure. And what about? I saw that. I know you fought at 135, but it says that he's a bantamweight. You think he's gonna have a problem making weight or no?
He did miss weight last fight, given whatever reasons. I think he blamed it on the airplane on the flight. But for me, it's just another fight. If he wants to, come in this weight, hey, I get 20% of the purse. If he comes in bigger, then so be it. I'm ready to fight whoever. I fought at 35, I fought at 25, and I was even getting ready to fight at 45. So, I train with some of the best in the world, and I feel that the people I've trained with have prepared me well enough to handle his speed, his power, and his size. I'm just excited to see how he prepares for me.
Yeah, for sure. So, were they trying to negotiate with you to fight at 135 or no?
No, it was 100% at 125. There have been no negotiations or catch weight stuff. Me, I really don't mind. It's part of the sport, but hey, if you want to go catch weight, I think it's a more fan entertaining fight because of it. It's I want to fight regardless, and if I don't do catch weight, if he brings it up first, well, then more than likely he's either going to miss weight and not fight because California is very strict with that, or I don't get an opponent. I don't make a paycheck. So for me, it's also the fact that if he wants 130 and he'll be healthier at that weight, it's going to be that much better of a fight, and I think that'd be more fan entertaining.
For sure. So what's it going to be like? You're fighting on UFC 227, so that's a pay-per-view event. How's that experience going to be better?
It's amazing. It really is. I mean, I used to train with TJ and Cub Swanson, so all these guys, it's a big reunion for me. Ricky Simone and Brett Johns were all Titan FC contenders. Brett Johns used to be the champion before I was at bantamweight. Pedro Munoz is fighting Brett Johns, which is my teammate. Moicano is a teammate of mine fighting on the card. And I know a bunch of guys just at the event. And it's at the Staples Center where the freaking Lakers play. So it is a huge thing. It's first time in LA, first time at Staples Center. It's Madison Square Garden, LA, and Chicago for me are my three pinnacles. So far, I haven't fought at MSG. I fought in New York, but once I get those three, I think that's just perfection for me, man. I think that'd be awesome. Plus, LA is a Latino community majority, I think, and I'm really excited to see all the Latin fans out there.
For sure. You think LeBron's gonna go?
What's up?
You think LeBron's gonna go?
We'll see. If LeBron goes, but I'm not a huge basketball fan. I'm not really a huge LeBron fan in general, so I'm just kind of like, whatever. It's I'm in the sport now where celebrities enjoy watching us. So them seeing us is like, that's cool. This guy knows me. So it's really cool to see all these big names kind of come to us now, and I think that's really awesome.
I know you just briefly mentioned it, but where do you train and who do you train with?
So I trained with Master Bob Shermer in Combat Dough in Chicago, Illinois, and then I also trained with, American Top Team in Coconut Creek. Right now, that's where I'm at. I'm in the dorms, train with these guys. It's like a military lifestyle. We wake up every morning, train, eat healthy, get in shape, train again, come upstairs, go to sleep, and then repeat the same cycle again every single day until our fight comes up. And it's everything here is like the Olympic Training Center. We have everything taken care of for us, and honestly, it's a dream come true for any fighter. You want to be at a place where you're surrounded by a bunch of people that are doing the same thing as you are. So, there's no bad influences here. Everyone's doing the same thing. Everyone wants to achieve the same as you, and that's gold. So, I'm where I'm at, and I'm excited to see my head coach, Master Bob Shermer, back from Combat Dough in LA with me, and we're gonna have a great time.
For sure. Did you start your weight cut yet?
Yeah, I'm definitely starting my weight cut, and it was funny because my manager called me and goes, "Hey, I know it's not the time you wanted, but how about August 4th?" I was like, "Oh, so you're telling me I have more than 20 days to lose a little bit more than 20 pounds compared to 9 days and 26 pounds?" Like, I can do that. That sounds fair.
Yeah, it's gonna be a breeze from last fight.
Yeah, well, it's definitely easier, and I get to, I wouldn't say cheat a little bit, but I have a little more and not have to restrict as much. And I think this one is, Lou and I are already taking bets on, what weight I'm going to come in at and check in, and what weight I'm going to come in at when I see him at his house in Jersey, because I'll be in Jersey next week getting the weight down and living with him. So it's all broken down, so we're relaxing a lot more with this one.
So definitely know you're ready for that one. So you ready for some fun questions?
Yeah, what's up?
So what's on your playlist right now?
Man, for me, my playlist always has somewhere either old, intermediate, or the new Kanye West. Kanye West is my favorite artist, so he's always in there no matter what playlist it is. Honestly, I can listen to him in almost any mood, and that's pretty much his music for me.
You like his new stuff?
Yeah, I like his new stuff. I prefer a lot of the old classical, just chill vibe type of music where it's a little more lyrical. Yeah. But honestly, it's the times change. Just like anything, disco was awesome, but eventually it had to die as well. So same thing with some of these classic songs from the 2000s. That's the 2000s era. This era is a little more trap. This era is a little more about, women, drugs, and violence. Again, so be it. But it's he's just going with the generation, and I believe it's working well for him.
Yeah, I like the old Kanye. So what other sports are you into?
Sadly, I'm not too. I sound pretty boring, but I'm not too into sports. Even as a child, I've always been the person that liked playing sports compared to watching the sports. So, I used to watch football, baseball, that stuff with my family, but I never got into it. For me, I love watching fighting. I love watching MMA, boxing, all these tournament style stuff, and I love training. So I'm always. When people ask me, like, what do I like to do for fun? I was like, sleep. if I can, sleep, eat, and train. Because that's all I've been doing. So I've been 4 years old. It's just been, trying to be as productive as possible and trying to just enjoy myself as much as I can in my own personal craft.
True. Do you play any video games or no?
I used to play a lot, man. When I was a teenager, I used to play a lot of Halo and Gears and Call of Duty and all that stuff. But, as I got older, as I started being more of an MMA fighter, I have the game systems, I have the games, and I love them all. But, man, I'm just so tired all the time. I'm like, all right, cool, I'm going to go upstairs and play games. And I get upstairs and I'm like, I want to take a nap. Yeah. So for me, I bought a Nintendo Switch, and I'm still on, Zelda's Breath of the Wild, trying to finish that game every airplane flight I'm on, and it's something that's portable. I'm waiting for the Pokemon game to come on the Switch. I'm a huge Pokemon fan, so just enjoying myself and waiting for Super Smash Bros. To come out as well. I think that's going to be an exciting game.
Yeah, for sure. What about, do you know if you're in the UFC game, like as a downloadable character yet?
No, not yet, but that's something that, is a goal of mine. So I have two goals in my life. One is to be an action figure or a bobblehead, and another one is to be in a video game. And I think that'd be just, a check. One of my really good friends is Curtis Blades, and him and I started, MMA together, and he ended up, finally being a DLC in the, or an update at least, in the UFC video game. So I'm like, man, I want to be a DLC. That'd be freaking awesome. I definitely want to just be an added update, and that'd be really, really cool and just a dream come true. Yeah,
I'm sure you will be soon. And I know you travel a lot of places. What's your favorite place to travel?
So far, my favorite place has been, and this is all for fights, my favorite place has been Foz do Iguaçu, Brazil. It's been a very beautiful place. It's one of the natural wonders of the world. The waterfall there is like, you ever seen the movie Avatar, where it's just a bunch of waterfalls in these islands? That's pretty much what it is. It's made up of 200 plus waterfalls, and it's actually bigger. It's like 3 or 4 times bigger than Niagara Falls. Yeah. So that place was awesome. We got to go whitewater rafting with the piranhas, which was scary / fun at the same time. I got to go rappelling down one of the mountains there. And I mean, Foz do Iguaçu was awesome. I also won 2 gold medals there for the Pan American Games. And I got to meet so many different people from South America. It really was an awesome experience. And I definitely just want to go to that place again.
Yeah, it sounds incredible. What about, would you ever fight in a pro boxing match?
Yeah, it's crazy because that's what my father's wanted me to do. He's like, man, why are you kicking so much? It's like, Dad, I do karate. Like, what do you think? And we used to fight all the time when I was a kid, and boxing was just my biggest strength, and he's like, you should be a professional boxer like Miguel Cotto, Oscar De La Hoya. Follow your Latin roots of Mexican, Puerto Rican. You could be the best of both worlds. You could be a combined fighter of both. And I just ended up enjoying MMA a little more. But man, if I can step in that boxing ring with some of the professionals, I would love to do so. I mean, I've trained with former world boxing champions. I've trained with current world boxing champions. I've trained with people getting ready for huge cards, and it's been an awesome experience. And I can tell you, the sport is definitely very different, and the craft is definitely a whole new level. But this is why my boxing is better MMA. This is why I like to stand and trade, because one, I believe it's more fan entertaining, and two, I know I have the skill to do it.
For sure. I got two more for you, then I'll let you go. Do you have any dream matchups?
Oh man, I definitely obviously would like to fight one of the best pound-for-pound fighters in the world, which is Demetrius Johnson. I just want to test my skill. And so I think one of my dream matchups that I really would like to do is against one of the best pound-for-pound fighters in the world is Demetrius Johnson. He's a phenomenal fighter. He's been the best flyweight in history, and even one of the best champions in history because of the most title defenses. I mean, he's been so dominant at the weight class. I think it'd just be fun to test my skills and see where I'm at, whether I'm better, I need to improve on some stuff, or whatever the case may be. But he's the pinnacle of the sport, and that's where I want to be. And I think that's a huge dream matchup. And then also, I think another one would be against Tim Elliott. If it makes sense, if he's technically ranked above me still by the time it comes back, I'd love to fight him. He was the Titan FC champ before I took his vacant belt. Yeah. He ended up moving up to the Ultimate Fighter, and he couldn't defend the belt, so they vacated it, and I was able to take it from him, and that's awesome. But I want to see if he was still around and we had to make the undisputed champ, who would have been the undisputed world champion at Titan FC. Yeah,
for sure. What about? Could you tell me something people might not know about you?
Oh, everyone knows I'm short, got a big head. Let's see, small body. I don't know. What is something people don't know about me? The crazy thing is, I really do put myself out there, and I never leave anything from the fans. Even in my social media posts, like I'll put out some realistic, depressing stuff out there and go, hey man, you guys want to do this sport? This is part of the sport. Here's me bleeding. Here's me crying after a fight, even though I won. Here's this, me broken and bruised, battered, whatever the case may be. So, I really leave myself open to everybody and let everyone know that I'm as real as can be. And, I want to be the hopefully one day the people's champ, and show that, if I can do whatever struggle I'm going through, there's no secrets in my life, at least with social media. I want people to know that you want to be able to do it. Here's a small example of how to do it.
For sure. It's definitely some real stuff right there. All right, so I appreciate you having you on the show, and if you want to shout out anybody and tell people where they can follow you on social media.
Yeah, I definitely have a lot of sponsors, and I'm getting so many more. I'd definitely take another half an hour, so I don't want to take up the time. But I appreciate all my sponsors and everyone helping me out. It really does mean the world to me. And I wouldn't be where I'm at today without anyone's help. And that's why I always do say we can, we will together. We are Team Shorty, because I don't do this by myself. I might be in the cage by myself, but everyone's held my hand and pushed me along along the way, and I'm at where I'm at because of people. But if people want to follow me, Instagram Jose Shorty Torres, Twitter Shorty Torres 125, Facebook Jose Shorty Torres. Quotations around the word shorty. And if people want to support me and support the kids in my gym, 20% out of all the earnings out of my website, teamshorty.com, go to the kids in my gym so they can travel, train, compete, just honestly stay off the streets. And right now I'm doing a promotion all the way up until I fight August 4th, 20% off of everything at teamshorty.com if you use promo code UFC, all caps, at checkout. And again, 20% of all the proceeds go to the kids in my gym. So I definitely appreciate all the support, guys.
Yeah, appreciate you coming on, and I can't wait to see you fight in UFC 227.
I appreciate it, man. I can't wait to do it again.
For sure.